Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we're looking at 10 players overturning expectations and remaking themselves in 2022-23. 10. Antoine Griezmann. Sorry to be obvious, but we had to put Antoine Griezmann on this list. Atletico Madrid may be in the midst of a disappointing campaign, currently down in 4th and finishing bottom of their Champions League group, the first time in 5 years they failed to reach the second round, but Griezmann himself has been scintillating, running the side despite closing in on his 32nd birthday, as well as powering France to a World Cup final during his Christmas vacation. Though the forward has played just 67% of available minutes, he leads the squad on 10 goals and assists, or 1 every 100 minutes, and 0.xG per 90 is his best ever, as are 3.4 shots per game and 2.7 key passes. And amazingly, he's doing all this while supplementing the midfield, getting more touches in the centre of the pitch than ever, making more tackles and interceptions than at any point in his career, and managing another lifetime high in dribbles, making this one of the best all-round seasons we've ever seen from a veteran. Amid rumours that manager Diego Simeone could leave this summer, it's difficult to know what Atleti's future holds. But in Griezmann, they have a figurehead, someone to carry the club's values forward, and a man who belongs alongside the team's greatest legends. 9. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. An embarrassing Champions League exit may have stopped many from noticing, but Barcelona are having a quietly excellent season, especially after a stellar 3-1 romp over Real Madrid in the Supercopa, and the defence in particular is shining. 3 points clear at the top of La Liga at the time of recording, Barca have allowed just 6 goals in 17 games, and their 12.5 expected goals against sits third in Europe's top 5 leagues, ahead of City, Arsenal and Bayern Munich. As you've probably noticed though, those XG numbers are over double the actual goals they've conceded, and that's due to Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who at this point is only rivaled by Alisson for the title of world's best keeper. Last year, despite a 71% save rate and 34 let in, the German was not at his best, actually costing his team around 4 goals according to post-shot XG. But so far this term, he's been in octopus form, hitting a continent high save percentage of 89% and recording a clean sheet in 3/4 of his appearances, meaning he's on track to break the record for shutouts in a Spanish campaign. Also one of the most reliable players in the game, missing just 18 of the last 244 league fixtures, ter Stegen is undeniably a modern great, and in 22-23 he's putting on a show. 8. Danilo. Long undervalued in England thanks to an underwhelming stint with Man City, Danilo is one of few Juventus players impressing this season. Largely playing centre-back, the Brazilian is the old lady's most used player, and despite all their struggles, the club's defence is at least doing its job, with Napoli the only side to concede fewer than their 15 goals after 19 games. Danilo's blend of skill on the ball and defensive acumen have been vital to righting the ship, and he ranks second in the squad for passes into the final third behind Locatelli and in the top 5 for progressive passes. He also wins back possession 3.6 times per 90, third at Juve, and even compared to the excellent Cuadrado, he looks good, completing 68% of the challenges he attempts, a full 17% better than the Colombian. Climbing back into the Champions League spots before their 15-point deduction, Juventus have once again defied their critics, squeezing the maximum return out of an ageing and misshapen squad. Danilo could practically be their poster boy. 7. M.THURAM. A target for Man United and Chelsea in the January window, M.THURAM has chosen the perfect time to put together the best campaign of his career. Used predominantly as a wide man in recent seasons, the Frenchman's 6'4" frame and ability to get shots away always suggested a move back to striker, and under Daniel Farke the transition has looked easy, with 0.8 XG a game and 10 goals so far in the Bundesliga this term, career highs for a man who is yet to turn 26. Players moving in from the flank often struggle to carve out scoring opportunities, but Thuram's 3.7 shots per 90 is not only his best ever, but puts him in the top 9% of forwards, while those attempts come from an average of 13 yards out, bettering 80% of comparable players. But he's also giving Gladbach a focal point for their attack, spending more time in the box while losing possession less than ever before, helping the team improve from 1.6 goals a game last year to 1.9 this season. Given his age, size, skill set and a contract expiring in August, Thuram is an unmissable opportunity this month. Someone has surely got to land themselves a bargain. 6. Kepa. Okay, hear us out on this one. Kepa Arrizabalaga has been far from perfect since retaking his spot between the Chelsea sticks from Edouard Mendy, with errors against Man City and Fulham costing his team points. But in a side struggling for form after the departure of Thomas Tuchel, the Spaniard has been broadly fine, and in fact, according to the numbers, at his best since the switch to London. Believe it or not, right now only Nick Pope can better Kepa's 80% save rate in the Premier League, and across the season so far, the 28-year-old has kept clean sheets in 45% of his games, ranking third among top-flight stoppers. He's also been proactive, sweeping up outside his area more than every other keeper, and of the 9 goals he's conceded, 2 have been own goals while the other 7 came from a massive 13 expected goals, meaning that he's saved his side more goals against than anyone except Liverpool's outstanding Alisson. It will be small comfort for the Blues, stuck in mid-table with a manager who looks increasingly at risk, but the goalkeeper position has arguably gone from a chief area of concern to bottom of the priority list. 5. Ademola Lookman. Now 25, Ademola Lookman seemed to have left his wonder kid phase and fully entered disappointment territory. But a €9 million switch to Atalanta has sparked a sensational revival for the wide man. Under Gianpiero Gasperini, the Nigerian has been more of a forward than a winger, with fewer dribbles, touches and defensive actions, but freed of responsibility, he's flying, with 11 goals so far in Serie A, a tally only surpassed by Victor Osimhen. It's already the best return of Lookman's career, but the obvious stats aren't the only ones to see improvement. As well as getting more touches in the box and receiving a career-high 9 progressive balls a match, he's creating 2 chances and passing into the box more than ever before, all while improving his accuracy, making it no wonder he's Gasperini's most used attacker. After pinballing through 6 clubs in 6 years, Lookman has finally landed somewhere he's appreciated, and he's repaying Ladea's faith. 4. Nicolas Tagliafico. After less than 1,000 minutes at Ajax last season, it looked like Nicolas Tagliafico was on the downslide at the age of 30, and a move to a tougher league with French side Lyon looked unlikely to end well. But this term, only 2 squad members have seen more league minutes under Laurent Blanc than the Argentinian. Missing just 200 minutes so far, and following a mid-season World Cup win, he looks set to prolong his time at the top of the sport. Always an excellent distributor, Tagliafico has matched the passing output of his Ajax days, but has also shown new grit in defence, making an incredible 5.7 tackles and interceptions per 90 minutes, his most ever, and 7th across Europe's top 5 leagues. His tackle success has also doubled from a low 40% last year, and while he's getting forward less, he's still chipped in offensively too, with a goal and 2 assists over the first half of the campaign. It won't make a huge difference to Lyon. Les Gons are in mid-table and 4 wins from Champions League football. But as the Eredivisie becomes Europe's most popular shopping destination, Tagliafico is yet more evidence it deserves more respect. 3. Ben White. Signed for £50 million from Brighton in the summer of 2021, the knives were out for Arsenal's Ben White from the start. Outmuscled by Ivan Toney on his debut, many felt the Englishman lacked the physicality to compete at centre-back, and his passing, while good, hardly revolutionised the Gunners, with 4 players getting on the ball more. But shifted to right-back with freedom to maraud upfield, White has been one of the league's most consistent performers in 22-23. At the time of writing, only Rodri and Declan Rice have passed into the final third more than him, and he's 9th in the Prem for progressive passes, while defensively he's been outstanding too, completing an incredible 47% of his tackles, up from 62% last year. He even wins more fouls than he commits, and has created a couple of goals too, way above expectation for a converted centre-half. Dressed in the number 4 shirt formerly worn by Patrick Vieira, White's performances will be key as Arsenal strive to break a 19-year title duck this May. If they manage it, his fee will be forgotten forever. 2. Mario Rui. With Osimhen currently leading the scoring charts and Kavica Kvaratskhelia announcing himself as one of the best forwards in Europe, Mario Rui may not be the most obvious Napoli player for our list, but in his own way the Portuguese has been as vital to the Partenopei's success this season as the club's star forwards. At the halfway stage of the campaign, the 31-year-old has delivered 6 Serie A assists, third most in the division, and only 1 goal involvement off Juventus' Dusan Vlahovic, and only centre-back Romani spends more time on the ball for Spalletti's Flying Blues. But not even he can match Rui's value in possession. He leads the team in passes into the final third, filling the hole left by Fabian Ruiz, while 3 chances created each match is double his previous best, and he helps his side pin in opponents too, losing possession under once a game and constantly mopping up loose balls, ranking in the top 1% of fullbacks for recoveries per 90. A shoo-in for the team of the season, Rui's consistency and experience have been vital to a side heading for its first title in 30 years. After 200 Napoli appearances, he deserves his moments of glory. 1. Marcus Rashford. With a wide player bagging double figures in each of his 5 campaigns at Ajax, it was easy to predict that Erik ten Hag's move to Man United would spark a resurgence from at least one of their forwards. And Marcus Rashford's stellar season so far has powered the Red Devils into the European spots and could kick the Dutchman's tenure off with a top 4 finish, despite hopes of a title challenge proving short-lived. At the time of writing, the Englishman has 12 league goals and assists for one every 135 minutes, and his 0.6 XG a game matches his best years at United, as well as ranking 14th in the Prem between Tony and Mitrovic. And though his shot numbers have dropped marginally, they are about 3 yards closer to goal than his career average, and a higher proportion of his touches come in the box than ever before, meaning he spends less time on the touchline and more time making runs between defenders. Despite over 300 career appearances for his boyhood club, Rashford is still only 25 and could reach another level with a creative striker alongside him. For the first year of a rebuild, it's exciting stuff. So those were our 10 players who have been reborn this season, but what did you make of our list, and can you name any more? Let us know in the comments below, and if there are enough good suggestions, we might do a part 2. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to EuroFootball Daily if you haven't done so already. We put videos like this out every single day. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.